Okay, let's open the Thermaltake power supply next. I don't remember the last time I built a computer, or I should say I do, but I don't remember what it was like the last time that I opened a power supply box, but I was shocked to see how big they are now. Maybe that's not unusual, but this is also modular, so I'm trying to open it on the wrong side. No. Bear with me here. Okay, so it was not the wrong side. I just was not able to get the lip because I didn't realize that it was going to have these big things go all the way in. So we've got some instructions or data set here. We have a nice styrofoam cover. That's pretty cool. I mean, the presentation is amazing. I mean, the same thing with that Gamer Pro over there, the cooler. It's funny that, I guess, when I guess you can call me a nerd, I play a lot of video games. I guess that's important to the people, the gamers, and the PC builders, is presentation, because, it's not really a value added. Like, look at that. That came in a cloth shroud. I'm going to have to put I should probably get this out in one piece. Nice. Yep, there you go. So I don't know if this has RGB. I don't believe it does, but it might actually. Let me check on the box. I don't think it does. I didn't think it did when I bought it, but this looks like this white ring around here looks like it could be. Maybe it lights up white. I don't know. I don't see any mention of lights on here, so. And I didn't think it did. It doesn't really matter either. It's going to be totally hidden. It's not. That's another big change from when I last built a PC, is that all the power supplies are hidden now. Like, virtually every case I found had a cover on the bottom with just a slot for the vent. As you can see here, where is it? I don't think you can see anything. Oh, there's a big spot for it. Yeah, that's it right there. It's like there's the spot now for it, but it's the sides and the front is totally blocked. It's just the top. Okay, so typical stuff on the back. We have a Smart Zero fan controller. Very interesting. I'm gonna probably turn that off. Although that's a little confusing. I assume it means that the smart fan isn't on. It's just on all the time, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna obviously want this to be as cool as possible. I don't care much about sound. Then the typical power supply button, on off, on the back. Like I said, it's fully modular. So this goes to the motherboard. This is also motherboard. This is, I guess it has, 5 of them? So 3 of these are going to be towards my graphics card. One will go to the processor. Then these go to, I'm not really sure what I'll be using for in the case, because one of them will have to use towards a optical drive that I'm going to use to plug in my computer. I'm sorry, install my operating system. That's what I meant to say. And the other ones, I don't know. Maybe I might bring over one of my old hard drives for storage. Just put it up at the top. And again, those go in the top of the case. They go right here. So other than that, Wi-Fi's on the board. There's no optical drive. The hard drive, the SSDs are going to be straight on the board. And then the fans should connect to the motherboard. The case fans should connect to the motherboard. So if they don't, maybe that's something that would get used. But okay, let's see what we have in this bag of cables. Power cable. I was hoping they'd all be individual, they're not. One giant bag now, so now I gotta open it. Here's the 24 pin for the motherboard. I think it's adaptable. I think you can do it as a 20 pin. It looks like you can split it. I'm not gonna break it, but then you have the, not really sure which ones these are. Okay, yeah, it's 8 pin. So these are the 8 pins for the graphics card. One of those, 2. This is just a regular 8 pin without the split, so count that as another. What does it say? This is for the CPU. Okay. So I'll put that over here so we can keep track of them. So these are just the straight PCI. I mean, the same cables, just one you can split. 2, or the other ones you split, you just can't split the CPU one. Should have another one. Here's another 8 pin. So that's 3. 3 plus the CPU. We should have one more, right? Yep, there you go. Also not modular. So there's 3 6s plus 2, and then just 2 straight 8s. Then here we have, these are the SATA cables. So again, if you're plugging in an optical or a hard drive, we got one of those. 2 of them, actually. 3 of them, actually. I'm a little bit surprised. I don't know. I'm a little surprised. That's a lot of them. I don't know what people will be using those for anymore. I guess if you got a whole bunch of hard drives, but like, there's a lot of them, and each cable has 4 connectors. Like, that's a lot of optical drives and a lot of hard drives. Okay, then it has this will be for fans, I guess. It's a 4-pin from the motherboard to Molex, I think is what this is called. I think they could call it IDE as well. But little adapter there, and then also an actual cable with 4 Molex adapters on it. And that goes in one of the peripheral slots. So those are the cables that we have for this. So again, pretty much all of these are what I'll be using, and I won't be using these except for to install the operating system. And maybe if I put a hard drive in, one of my old hard drives in for storage, I might. So yeah, it's definitely got a wide array of them. I like that it's modular, so basically maybe one of these will use, all 3 of those won't. I don't think I'm using all 3 of these. I think I'll probably be using just 3 of the 5. But it's definitely good for cable management. My last one was in no way modular, and it shows. I had to stuff all of those at the back of the case, and it's just not worth it. Cool. I will say the power supply does have a faint smell to it. I can't smell it from this far away, but when I was holding it up and looking at the label, I could. Just smells like the typical, slightly burnt. It's not burnt, I think it's just from the molding. But I'm guessing that's what they all sound like. Unless it doesn't work, in which case that's why. But other than that, it's looked great. And the cables you have everything you need.